Welcome back, viewers. And as I promised you, in the second section of this interview, we are going to talk about GST, how GST is affecting various stores in Goa and especially in the malls. So let me continue this conversation with Mr. Bhuvanish Seth. Mr. Seth,
Hi.
how has GST affected the stores?
See, it's too early to say what are the effects of GST because it's just 1 month since it's implemented. But it looks a very positive step ahead because the main part about GST is about getting the input tax credit. The idea, the rationale of one nation, one tax is being finally implemented after almost 8-10 years, which was initially introduced by UPA 1 and now finally succeeded by Modi government. GST will have a positive impact over a long run. Currently in mall we are facing certain issues, particularly with the stocks which were pre-GST and during sale time when there was an end of season sale where taxes are extra. So apart from this, we don't really feel GST is going to impact sales much.
You are meaning by the MRP which was there earlier, and then you had to have a fresh MRP because MRP will not be the GST has to be there because otherwise there were sales tax, VAT, and several other taxes.
Exactly. Pre-GST era, we used to have CST. All the retailers used to get goods on CST billing, and then that would be around 2%, and then again levy a VAT of 5%. So eventually it ended up at 7%. Now in the GST, whatever tax he pays, he can easily get an input of that. Although on apparel, certain segments, if apparel is above 1000, the GST has gone to 12%, and below 1000 it's about 5%. So any apparel below 5000 of 1000 rupees will be better as there will be input credit. So eventually those segment the stores will stand to gain. The other segment is at above 1000 where it is 12%. There will be a little bit of challenge initially, which all the manufacturers have to factor in their production. I believe all entire India is working on that. So within a period of say 2-3 months, we should be able to get all the benefits of GST.
What about the compliance as far as GST is concerned?
Yeah, almost all the stores in mall are compliant. In fact, this process started on the night of 1st of July, the night of 30th of June, when Big Bazaar had that pre-GST GST sales. The store was open at 12 o'clock in the night and went on till 2 o'clock, and we saw a line of cars coming and going out. So all the stores did, and we ensured that their billing is GST billing, where the bifurcation is of state GST and CGST.
But restaurant food or as the fast food segment, after the GST stepped in, the prices have gone up because of the taxes which has gone up. Previously it was 12%, now it has gone up to 18%.
Fast food, I would say no. Fast food has come down. Fast food was around 22%, which has now come down to 18%. But normal VAT was 12%, 12.5%, which has gone to 18% for all the food court counters or normal restaurants. But again, the element of input credit will be able to have settle down the additional impact of that 6%.
What, as a director of finance and marketing, how are you educating various shops and to be more compliant and ensure that the input credit is passed on?
See, we would not be much able to ensure whether the input credit is passed or not, but then we have been very particular on the GST being charged on each and every bill. Luckily, in organized retail like malls, all bills are being done by organized sector where GST is charged and the taxes are paid to the government, unlike municipal markets or beach belt where billing is always done in cash and hardly any tax goes to the government. So organized retail always contributes to the economy.
So do you think this GST is going to benefit the customers or the manufacturers or the traders or the shopkeepers?
GST is going to manufacture the entire ecosystem. Only thing, the challenge here is getting the input credit and passing the input credit to the next level.
We have seen that many of the traders have not been passing the input credits to the customers. There are legal ways of taking it out, but I think in another month or two this would be settled down and people will come into the fold. What is your thing?
Exactly. In GST, there is a mechanism where penalties can be levied if a manufacturer doesn't pass input credit. The whole idea of GST was to rationalize taxes. One India, one tax. So we are going to a right direction. Compliances are happening. There are a lot of glitches. People, it's new. It's the first return which is going to go in month of August. That is 20th of August. We have to file the returns of first GST, and government has been quite lenient. They have said September you can file a detailed one. Till 20th of August you only pay the GST. So government is taking care. They are understanding also this tax was passed in a little bit of hurry. Within 6 months everything was implemented. A big nation of say 100 million, 100 crore people. It's not easy to pass such a huge bill. They have passed and they have implemented. Slight glitches will be there, but which we could be easily overcome.
How has the market, in the sense, how the sale responded to the GST after GST was implemented? Has it gone up? Has it gone down? Or it has not affected at all, and the market and the sales continue as it was in the previous regime?
You have caught me. It's a very dicey question. It's a very dicey question. See, GST benefits many have not passed. Some people have passed. Those who have passed, they are benefiting. Those who are not passed, people are still having a wait and watch policy. When we are talking this, we are talking about bigger categories. In a organized retail, as we talking about that 12% GST on 1,000 any apparel above 1,000 is little bit a dampener. But again, I believe the governing council would have a solution to this.
No, I was talking about the sale. Has it gone up or gone down in?
As I told you, sale has been little bit of slow in the higher category because that impact of 12% is little dampener, but it should overcome. The reason here is during this season, we are particularly in the month of July, where most of the offers are going on, where taxes are extra. In a normal scenario, normal fresh billing, all the taxes are including. So if even if it's a 2,000, so taxes are MRP is including of all taxes. So that doesn't affect the customer. But in a discounted merchandise where taxes are extra, so any apparel which has to bear that additional 12% tax would be a little bit of a dampener.
So as far as apparel section of the stores are concerned, that is a major issue where it goes beyond 1,000 and then comes.
Yeah. This is probably one which the governing council need to address.
And after seeing your sale almost dipping, and with the online, on the other hand, online e-commerce platform squeezing you in a different rail altogether, track altogether, how difficult it is for these touch and feel stores, these food stores to survive in this cutthroat competition?
See, food, there's absolutely no competition to food because people would want to eat. Human bodies which needs every 3 to 4 hours they need to eat something or drink something. So e-commerce will definitely not affect food business. Online business does affect apparels, but then again touch and feel is something which probably everybody would want to do it. Only if they are compelled not to, then they will take that option. As we said, when there is no availability, people will go for online. When there is availability, people will definitely go for touch and feel.
But in online, people would trust more that, as far as the GST is concerned, they will get a better deal out of it because, online is now offering a lot of attractive deals, and they can buy it over their mobile phones, and get it delivered at home. So this is giving a real tough challenge for the touch and feel store, isn't it?
No, not at all, because online in India particularly started with discounted merchandise. The last season merchandise, the non-moving merchandise was always being offered on online, whereas the fresh arrivals, fashion, everything was offline only, which we call touch and feel store. So definitely people in Goa are very fashion conscious. They know what they are buying. They are not just buying for the namesake because they are getting lesser discounts.
So how is this market trend in Goa? How would you sum up and analyze the entire marketing trend, whether it is e-commerce platform, whether it is mall, whether it is mom and pop shops, or whether it is any general store?
Typically, Goa would be offline or touch and feel store only. Online was being utilized when there was no option. Sales organized retail is growing vis-a-vis last year. The sales figures have grown for this year, but again we are in the most lean season, so we can't really compare July sales to last July sales, because which are purely off season. The factor would be to compare the season sales like November, December. Then only we'll be able to come to know whether GST has really impacted. Personally, if you ask me, GST will not impact on a fresh merchandise, because all the taxes will be borne by the manufacturer.
So there's still an ambiguity on the GST. It will take another month or two to clear off.
Yes.
I really thank you, Mr. Bhuvanish Seth, for this lovely interview. It was pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, viewers. This is your host Vikant Sahai signing off and waiting for yet another episode in the coming days. Thank you very much for tuning in.